Hi everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Well, I'm still trying to gain back my voice and the strength to be fine, but I'm still, as you can see, very low, uh, but getting better. Yesterday, yesterday I had like a catharsis. Um, my physical body couldn't stand what I was going through within, and I started to like have. I decided that being so many days in bed was not good, so I decided to go out, to go around to do something different, and maybe it was too fast because I faint and I had to put all my strength to arrive back here. And uh, so when I came back, I faint in my bed, and so it was all my body collapsing by all the things that I was feeling. So it's like a stress. It happens to me many times before, but it's been more than a year or even more than without happening. Yeah. So today, even though I don't have much voice, it's difficult to breathe properly. But today I had much more energy to start doing things, working. My body is tired of so much inner work. So, as I said, this month was about being like this, and I didn't expect it to be so like that. But even though, as you have seen, it's very important for us to take a look into the subconscious in this way, feeling, because because even if the things that we feel in the subconscious are not related with our philosophy of life, with our way of thinking, they are part of us. So we have to accept what is inside of us. Usually, all these bad feelings and fears and these low emotions that we have in the subconscious are like this, the sediments, the sediments, the fundaments for what we are today. So we usually believe that in the subconscious we have all these bad things, these pains and horrible memories that when we start to become conscious and try to heal those memories, we usually believe that all of that goes away, that we are cleaning all those things from ourselves so we can keep going. But the truth is that it's not. The truth is that it doesn't matter how much we heal. The sessions will always have what happened. We'll always take that information, those emotions, everything within us is constantly there. So the only thing that we can do about it is that in our process of awareness, recognize and accept all this side of us and try to use it in the right way every time that they appear. So in my own life, my fear to humans, my disgust for humans has been the clue for me to be willing to become a human, to help humanity, and also start to love to be human, to enjoy being one. So basically, all these low emotions that were inside of me are like the engine, the fuel that pushed me to the constant seek of ways in which we can improve as a species, as an individual. So usually we used to cover these feelings, these sensations, because somehow we are like, when we start to work with love and peace and evolution, awareness, we start to kind of hide all these emotions because we don't want to show what we feel inside, and we cover that. Because we are like mammals, we were designed to try to be positive, to survive. And so it's really difficult for us to really say what we feel. So ethics and morals used to create like a line of thoughts that tells us all the time, like, you should feel like this or you should do like that in order to be something. Like they are trying to tell you how to behave in order to be who you are supposed to be. And these things makes us not share what we really feel, what are the real emotions that we have inside, trying to show something that we are not. So I must thank to all of you, those who are following every day these videos, because I can tell, I can feel that all of you can understand that this is a process that we all go through these kind of things, and besides I am here explaining, giving like these kind of classes and so on, I am also like any one of you going through processes, having emotions and traumas and all these kind of things. So I really appreciate the support of all of you understanding this process. So as I wrote today in the blog, I really think that I could see how after all this month, in the last moment of the path, I allow myself to fall down, to show all my weakness and conflicts, and I could see how every one of you has been holding me and holding everyone with comments, with advices. So I could really see how we are holding each other. And even if we don't know each other. So one of the things that I also could say about this process that we are living is how it's important to see that in this time of Aquarius, it's not a time to follow for enlightened beings that can save or be the perfect beings. That in this era we are all working together and each one has something to give to the others. So each one makes its part and I am doing my part. But even though we are all doing a process and we all share this process, so I guess this month of Aquarius is this month of Cancer is like trying to show us that there is no one above, that we are all related family. Everyone doing what it can. So I really hope that these days of my own process has been also helpful or useful for you somehow in your own process, in your own life. Mostly because I hope it would encourage you to be able to share what you feel, to be able to face the things that are inside. And that we usually don't share. All the things that we have in the subconscious. So one thing that I want to say about the subconscious, even if we have 2 days more ahead of it, is that subconscious doesn't define consciousness. And the right example to understand this is like For example, you cannot define a country today by its history. Like that every country is a person. So whatever happened in that country in history, it doesn't mean that that country is like that today. For example, the greatest example of all is Germany. You cannot judge the actual Germany for the things that Germany has done in the First, Second, Third Reich. In its history. But it's important to know its history. It's important to dig and to recognize what is behind the history. But it doesn't define the actual person. Even if we have to know the history. And this applies to every country, to every person. So, as I said, is when we are trying to, when we become aware of our own life, of our history, is how we started to know our past from where we come from, but the past doesn't define us. So when we allow ourselves to feel what is within us, our emotions, our history, our things that we usually hide, when we allow to feel them, to recognize them, we are like acknowledging our own history and acknowledging what we have. You cannot change the past. Like in a country, like in history, you cannot change what happened. You can only acknowledge what happened, recognize it, and accept it. So when we go into the subconscious, it's like that. We cannot judge what happened in the past. We just can acknowledge it and accept what is inside. And when we do that, we cannot change the past. The only thing that we can do is to accept it so we can heal the future. So the things that we can acknowledge from the past are things to recognize the present, accept it in the present, and heal the future. But we cannot change the past, we can only accept it. This is why I encourage you to accept what is within you, in your past, in your subconscious, to allow yourself to feel it, to recognize it. So the topic for today was the sea. And the sea is like, as I wrote in the post today, is like this environment where all the sharp things, all the things that we are grabbing through the river, that we carry with us, all the burden that we hold with us, is brought into the sea, and through millions of years it starts to be eroded, and the waves on the shore start to polish that until it's soft, until it becomes grains of sand. So this process is not for one life. This process is not just for only one run of the river. This is for thousands of years, a long process in which we carry many things to the sea. The sea takes millions of years until they mold the rocks into soft environment, turning the sharp things into round and soft things, turning hate into love. So through the sea, all the things that we were grabbing, taking with us throughout, the idea of a purpose on the land turns out to be free, expanded in the sea. So it's inevitable to feel like this, to keep feeling sometimes like going down, grabbing things, feeling like this. But it doesn't matter what we do, every river ends in the sea. So important thing to know about this is that this will be a constant cycle all the time. So it will be like this, but it will also change all the time. So it's a constant cycle in which we will be transforming ourselves, is evolution. So when we recognize this in our life, we can move forward, knowing that this process is about taking things for myself, for my evolution, and then letting all the things go out. And in that process of letting them go out is what we call catharsis, cleaning up ourselves. And catharsis is basically the moment that shows us that we were not leaving behind, that we weren't letting go in the process of transformation. So I have two advices in general that I will tell them to myself too. So on one side, tell you to allow yourself to express, to say what you have inside, to share the things that are within you. And for some people, maybe it will take a process of one day, and for others, a process of years. So we have to respect the time that we need to do that, but we have to. And in the other hand, the advice I will say is stop judging. Stop judging the process of others. No one can really understand the process that other people are living. No one can really be exactly in the feet of others. So we have to be open to accept the process of others and being there as a support if they ask, if they need, but not judging in if you are doing it right or you are doing it wrong, or how it is supposed to be or how you're supposed to be and feel. Judging others during the process is basically showing us what kind of people and what kind of level and evolution of consciousness we are. They used to say, love one another. And the funny thing is that most of the people that usually follow the Master Jesus don't really apply what he said. And I allow myself these moments of judgment because I don't consider myself enlightened. The vibration today is Ru. Ru. The statement today is I am a dreamer of possibilities. The code for today is the age of Aries. The precession is the movement where Earth moves in its axis in a clockwise circle during 25,776 years. And this makes the way we see stars to be opposite to the rotational movement where Earth moves towards east in a counterclockwise direction. For that, the eras go backwards and the sidereal monthly zodiac goes forward. Aries happened between the years 130 BC and 2140 BC. Here developed the tribes, a kind that was reborn in minority groups, fighting over imposing their ideas. Sit comfortable, close your eyes, and concentrate in your breathings. I take a deep breath and I use my imagination to feel that I am standing up on the beach, staring at the sea. I allow myself to feel the sound of the waves, the birds, the breeze coming from the sea. I allow myself to feel the strength of the sea, the reflection of the light on the waves, on the water. I start to walk towards the sea until I feel the fresh water of the waves on my feet. And as I go deeper inside, they go to my knees, my hip, waist, hands, arms, back and chest, neck, and I dive, hold my head inside the water until I come out of the water again, floating, looking towards the sea, towards the skies. Letting me being brought by the waves towards the sea. I allow myself to feel the sensation of floating in between the waves. I feel the peace and how the waters hold me. I feel the movement of the waves. I recognize that these waters are my history, my entire past and present, holding my body with love, with any judgment. I recognize that I live my life facing the back to the conscience that holds me. I become aware that if I deny all these waters of the sea that holds me, this conscience will take me wherever it pleases to any of its currents. But if I face it and start to swim, using his strength in my favor, I will be able to go wherever I want. I recognize that the sea beholds all the things that the river of my life has delivered to it. And that with each wave, it will polish my history until it becomes love. I take a deep breath and I become aware that it is time for me to learn how to swim. And I do so resounding. am the dreamer of possibilities. I am the dreamer of possibilities. I am the dreamer of possibilities. I feel, I feel, I feel. And with this peace and love of the sea, I start to come back here and now. Take a deep breath. Thank you everybody for accompanying me in this process. And as always, see you tomorrow at the same time.